Now, when you first look at this card, just on face value, just looking at the stats, you think, what an outstanding looking centre-back item. Brilliant pace, brilliant defending, brilliant physicals, and then you see the fact that he is 5'8", and you're like, that is a shame. If you need some coins to improve your ultimate team, look no further than IG Vault for the cheapest coins on the market, and if you use the code Kieran at checkout, you'll get yourself a nice little discount off your order. Welcome to this Heroes Cordoba player review. Hopefully going to be a good one today. We are going to give this guy a go. Like I said in the intro, on face value, insane looking item. It is a shame about the height though. I don't think headers are particularly massively overpowered this year, but they're definitely a lot more of a viable option this year than they were in last year's FIFA. I think in last year's Ultimate Team, this Cordoba would have been brilliant because headers weren't really, a thing. But this year, maybe he'll struggle a little bit more with the current gameplay. Obviously, we'll have to see once I've actually played some games. Anyway, height aside, as I say, brilliant looking card. Low high work rates, and in regards to in-game stats, he really does have some premium ones. Them defensive stats are fantastic, and with the Shadow Chem style which we have applied, he actually has 99 ratings for interception, stand tackle, and slide tackle. So in theory, in one-on-ones, he should be an absolute monster. And just in general, defensively, he should be a bit of a beast. And physically, obviously nice stamina, very good strength, pretty good aggression, which is great. He does have 94 jumping, which hopefully does help him out a lot. But honestly, with him being that short, I still think he's going to struggle aerially. But obviously, we'll have to wait and see what happens with that. Dribbling actually looks decent. He's got very good agility for a centre-back, very nice balance. And yeah, not too bad in that department. Shame his actual dribbling stat isn't a little bit higher, but the rest of them stats are obviously pretty good. Passing is, let's say, good for this stage of the game, but in a couple of months I don't think that passing will be too great for ACB, and there's nothing really to discuss in regards to the shooting. I haven't commented on the pace too much, but we're obviously expecting that to be pretty damn elite, and he should feel fairly mobile for a centre-back, with him being short, having good agility, and obviously having pretty good pace. Ironically, he does actually have the power header trait. I really don't know how much we'll get to test that out, but hopefully we do get to at least try it out. And if you're interested in his hero profile, there it is for you to read. Before we get into the games, in the comments below, let me know which heroes items you want me to try out for a video, and if you could leave a like rating on it, that would be very much appreciated as well. Let's do this then. We are up against this very, very nice team. Good bit of a hybrid going on there, and he's got his own heroes item in there as well. Finds Cordoba, goes for a long ball, which we actually do make the most of there. Another cross comes into the box. Cordoba actually deals with this one. Only goes as far as Barella though. Oh, that is asking for trouble, but eventually we clear the ball. Scrappy defending, but we get away with it. Ball's into the box. Cordoba once again there to deal with it. Nice, Cordoba. Well, at the break, we are 1-0 down, and I don't want to sound like I'm whining, but honestly, we lost every single 50-50 in that first half, so that needs to change for the second half. And when I say we lost every 50-50, I do not mean in footballing terms, as if we're not trying for it. I mean as in FIFA terms, just nothing was going our way, the bounce of the ball just was not favourable in the slightest, so hopefully we're a bit better off in this second half. This is an interesting opportunity. Osimhen through on goal. Cordoba shows great pace to recover and just steals the ball off him with ease. Oh, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Nice block there, Cordoba. We read that pullback very nicely. Well, well, well. I bet you all thought that game was going to end in a 3-0 scoreline. No, 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 no. I told you at half-time, I did not feel like he was the better player. I really felt like we were in the game and we were just a bit unfortunate with some 50-50s. Second half, we have pulled off a brilliant comeback to win the game 4-3. Very, very happy with my offensive display in that second 45. In regards to individual performance, what are we saying about Cordoba? Didn't feel like he had the best of games, and I think you can kind of see that with the stats. He wasn't terrible by any means, but I also didn't think he performed as well as someone who costs, like 500k should. Obviously, we do have to understand he's a hero card, he's new, so he's got some hype, but yeah, really didn't show his value in that game. But to be fair, nor did many of the other players. But yeah, we're just a bit grateful for our attack in that second 45. I've got to tell you, this goal I do find a little bit annoying. The ball's come in, we've gone for the tackle, and we got a bit unfortunate with the bounce. That's all it is. On another day, that might bounce for us. On this occasion, it just wasn't to be, and yeah, he just gets a very fortunate bounce and tucks the ball away. So that it is an error by Cordoba, but it's also one of them in FIFA that could have happened to any centre-back, in my opinion. Okay, next outing time. Player of the month, Benzema, we are up against. Okay, Kante's deciding to go on runs, so now Cordoba's going to return the favour. Interesting, interesting. Oh, a bit hopeful, but would have been nice if we pulled that off. I'm just going to try and get down the line here, but Cordoba's going to have none of that. Wipes him out with a very nice sliding challenge. Probably could have got up to him just using pace there, but I thought, you know what, let's go for the dramatic. Got from the corner. Hoofed up the field. Hopefully Mane wins this. He does. Well, half-time, we are 1-0 down, thanks to an error from me. So we try to deliver. I won't lie, I was aiming for Mane then, but that'll do. Might be one more chance for the opposition, but we deny that. Cordoba with the clearance upfield. And there's full time, so another comeback victory. We get a 2-1 win. No clean sheet in that game either, but I actually thought Cordoba did a much better job in that match. Him and Felipe were both, you know, much more solid and did well, to be fair. Like, the goal that he scored came from an error from me personally, so I'm pretty happy with my defence in that game. Can we please have a game where we keep a clean sheet? We are actually up against a really, really solid defence in this game, so yeah, going to have to rely on our attack to win us this one. Got Jesus inside the box, but not with possession for long because Cordoba closes him down nicely. Ooh, don't like that ball in behind. It's actually found Havertz, who's got around Cordoba just. Bit of a panic clearance, and now we're in trouble. It's scenarios like this that absolutely terrify me, and fair play to Cordoba on winning that header. I don't know why Van Dijk's still making the run up the field there, but Cordoba tackles him nonetheless. And the ball's just ping-ponging at the minute. Well, at the break, it's all even at 0-0. CS Junior trying to break down the wing. Oh, he's absolutely skimmed Cordoba there, to be fair. Dumfries has actually saved us. Nice thinking. Oh, that's a great touch from Rafinha as well. That's a great touch from Rafinha. Can we end this game here? Ronaldo. Oh, Pogba chance. Oh, what a block. Oh, big tackle from Cordoba there. My opponent is currently exercising his right to do 3 pauses at the end of the game for no apparent reason. And there is full time. We record another victory, and definitely Cordoba's best game. Very, very solid in that game, so really pleased with that outing of his, and also pleased with, you know, another comeback. Okay, so after a few more games, let's now discuss this Ivan Cordoba FUT Heroes item. What are my thoughts on this card? I'm going to say straight away, I think this is a very, very good centre-back item for this stage of the game, but I'm also going to say I really don't think he represents great value for money, being well over 500k, and that's not necessarily this card being the issue, but the market in itself. You can get so many overpowered centre-backs in this game for like well under 50k. It's absolutely crazy, and I actually did a video on my top favourite centre-backs the other day, so check that out on the channel. But anyway, if we move price like out of the equation, brilliant card, really, really good. And if you like mobile defenders who are very, very quick off the mark, then this Cordoba is definitely for you. Don't get me wrong, there is some negatives to this card, and we will cover them momentarily, but for the most part, I've got a lot of praise for this card. I really did enjoy using him. I liked how easy he was to move, as I say. Very, very quick to get out of line and close people down, and if he did make a mistake, also quick to make the recovery run as well. So that is obviously very, very good. Positionally, in general, awesome. Low-high work rates keep him sat back, and he never really came out of position for me personally, only when I pulled him out. And I'm not a great defender, so that happened quite a bit, but once again, that made it able, so I could see his great recovery rate when running back and making the block or tackle. His passing for a defender, I think, is good for this stage of the game. However, that probably will be outdated rather quickly when we get more centre-back items. But yeah, passing not bad for this stage. Really, really isn't. No complaints there whatsoever. Dribbling for ACB, when he's actually got the ball, doesn't feel great. But when he's like turning, you know, he's not too bad. I wouldn't use him in midfield. I really, really wouldn't. I don't think he's got the dribbling capabilities for that role. But as a centre-back, it's obviously very, very good. In regards to defending, brilliant, to be honest. Really, really good. I like his tackling ability and I like his interception ability. He really, really is good in regards to tackles. One thing that he's let down by, though, is when, like, you know, doing them reaching tackles, them reaching interceptions. Obviously, with him being short, he doesn't quite have the same reach as someone like a Koulibaly or someone like a Van Dijk, who obviously has like super long legs to get to, you know, the ball. But yeah, obviously he's got the pace to close people down as, like, you know, an alternative. So I guess there is that. But for most part, as I said, defensively, very, very solid, taking nothing away from him whatsoever. Physically, a bit more of the same, minus the jumping. We'll discuss that separately in the aerial ability in a moment. Liked his aggression, his fight for the ball, his stamina meant that he lasted the full 90 minutes with relative ease, and his strength for the most part was good. I don't think his strength was excellent in comparison to some other centre-backs in the game, but it was good enough for this very stage. Now let's talk about that aerial ability. I'll be honest, it wasn't as bad as I thought it could be, but it also wasn't that great. Look, at this stage of the game, it's probably going to be fine, but when you start coming up against players like Cristiano Ronaldo, that is when you're going to want to fear for your life, because he's just too good aerially. He will dominate Cordoba every single time. So right now, I think Cordoba will be okay when you're not coming up against two high-rated forwards, but later in the game, it could maybe be an issue if forwards get much better aerially. Also, could depend on the kind of opposition you come up against. If they're very cross-heavy, then you might be in a little bit of trouble if you don't close down them crosses. But if you come up against someone who's, not doing them crosses, if they're just trying to spam the town finesses, then Cordoba's actually a pretty good player to have, because he can charge down and try and block them. So, honestly, it really could depend on who you come up against. But all in all, I'm a big fan of this card. Do think it's very good. But I will come back to my original point. Don't quite think he's worth 500 plus K. I think that's pretty crazy. But once again, I come back to the other point about the market. The market is crazy this year, so there is that. Anyway, guys, those are my thoughts on the FUT Heroes Cordoba. If you've used him, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Right now, I do think he is a premium centre-back in the game. Do think there is a chance he'll get outdated in a few months, but that can be said for obviously a lot of items. But for right now, he is a very fun defender and a very, very good one at that as well. Thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to be active in the comments. Leave a like rating on the video if you've enjoyed it, and obviously do subscribe if you're new. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.